Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. Are very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. And welcome to Wednesday's edition. Yes, Wednesday's edition of the dceu Daily. But today's video is not a comfortable one. It's not a nice one because I have to react to some haters because Warner Brothers dropped a Birds of Prey poster. Now, before I go off on some of the hate for this poster, let me be clear. I'm not a poster man. I'm not a poster person. I'm not a poster anything. And I believe anyone who reviews a poster is nuts. Nuts. How can you review a poster? Because you review a poster and if you make a judgment on a film before you've seen it, on a piece of artwork, a poster, you're nuts. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So let me show you. I can't show you on the big screen, but I can show you here. Let's come a bit closer. This is what all the fuss is about. Can you see it? Have you seen it? Right? Have you seen enough? Right? So let's talk about this poster if we can. So Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn is a big presence in this poster, while the rest of the Birds of Prey are very small. So first of all, this tells us that this is Harley Quinn. This film is Harley Quinn, revolving around Harley Quinn front and centre, while the Birds of Prey are going to be the supporting characters. They're going to be there, they're going to be important, but it's a Harley Quinn movie, and that's why it's called Birds of Prey, the emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Now I'm looking at this, right, and I don't understand. Where's the hate coming from? I don't get it. First of all, she kind of looks spaced out. She looks like she may be doing a bit of drugs and she's kind of hallucinating and seeing the Birds of Prey as kind of little people flying in the air. Look, I just don't get it. I don't see how you can hate this poster so much. But we know why they hate this poster. Because this is by agenda-driven people. Look, it is. They're already comparing it to her poster on the original Suicide Squad movie. She looked very different in the Suicide Squad movie. If I was honest, I prefer how she looked in the Suicide Squad posters, but it doesn't matter. The only reason I prefer it is because I saw that first. This is very different. So many reactions from two types of people with agendas. One's the extreme right, who are very triggered by this film because it's female-led, and triggered by this film because this film was made in conjunction with Margot Robbie's predominantly female-led production company, right? So it's very interesting because this puts me on an opposite kind of. I suppose it puts me on an opposite kind of line with some of these people because let's not forget, when these people spoke out against The Last Jedi, when these people spoke out against Captain Marvel, I supported these people. I supported what Geeks and Gamers said. I supported what Mechard Random was saying, and I'll talk to you about her in a minute. SC Reviews, I was supporting all these people and what they were saying because what Brie Larson was saying was absolutely nuts. It was impolite. And it was going for a certain section of people, men in their 40s, and it was wrong. It was absolutely wrong. But I was also wrong to judge a movie I hadn't seen yet on her comments, because when I saw the movie, I kind of liked it. It wasn't brilliant. It was a bit May, yes, but it was okay. And it was interesting, and it looked great. I'm never going to remember the film. I'm not going to see it many times, but it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a good movie. It was just there before Endgame. It was a filler movie, right? A filler movie that made $1 billion. But why? One reason was the intrigue before Endgame. But the other reason is because we were all talking about it. So what did the mainstream public do? They were intrigued by our outrage so much. They wanted to see what the fuss was about. If you think your agenda, either because it's a right-wing agenda or because you're a die-hard Snyder dceu fan who kisses his picture every morning, right? You think your words on the echo chamber that is Twitter are going to damage this film. Like if you think your words against the Joker movie are going to hurt that movie. It's not. People are not listening to you. First of all, there's not enough of you. And you must think you're really arrogant. Also, the negative narrative towards this poster and this movie is going to die down really quickly, because once you see the trailer, you are not going to be saying this is going to be a bad movie. But it's ridiculous to look at a poster and say, oh, this movie's going to suck. I hope it's not woke. Do you know what they started doing? They started posting the Wonder Woman 1984 poster saying, look at it, this looks bright and bad as well. What? Now, we can see from the Wonder Woman poster that it has the rainbow colours of the LGBT community. So what? So what? If you've got a problem with that, then really the problem is with you. So we've got 2 female-led movies in 2020, and so everyone's losing their shit. Everyone. I must be honest, everyone's not losing their shit. Most people are really excited for Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 1984, a film I saw a screen test for, you know what I mean? So I know what Wonder Woman 1984 is. I know it's going to be amazing, and that wasn't even the finished article, right? But to start looking at posters and to start judging a film on a poster, but I'm sorry, that's not a bad poster. What is your problem? She looks a bit spaced out. She's looking at the other Birds of Prey. I don't think there's a miniature version of her there as well. But I'm sorry, I'm not getting it. So Mechard Random was really stirring the shit over on Twitter. She posted a video because this is what these people do. It's fake outrage, because these right-wing YouTubers like Geeks of Gamers, SC Reviews, made a lot of money from the outrage for The Last Jedi. Now, I think their outrage towards The Last Jedi was genuine, but then they saw the light outside of the window. They said, bloody, we're making money. They do a video, they have fake outrage. People pay them to read their comments. It's amazing. Money, 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 money. Fake outrage pays. Negativity over something pays. Now, when they say something that's relevant and it works for me, when they talk about The Last Jedi, when they talk about Captain Marvel and what Brie Larson said, I absolutely agree. But there's some things even about The Last Jedi and Rian Johnson I didn't like what they said. They talk about Rian Johnson's big head. I'm sorry. When you start going that direction, you lose me as well. Why are you going after the man's appearance? It's stupid, and it does make you look like a troll. And then you lose the argument. An argument you have a genuine point about. So I'm sorry. I don't see what the outrage about this poster is. It's a great poster. I like it. I can't wait to see the trailer. You are not going to make this film fail. This film is going to make a lot of money. And if you don't like it, it's tough. I'm sorry. I was really, really upset last night about the negativity towards this poster. It's fake outrage. Margot Robbie has done nothing wrong. Margot Robbie hasn't come out and said the comments that Brie Larson did. Margot Robbie is a really nice, sweet person, and she doesn't deserve this. She's passionate about this character. These people have worked really, really hard on this film, and I'm absolutely disgusted. So I asked Mecca at random. I was quote tweeting her because she annoyed me, right? So she kept on coming back, quote tweeting like she's really, really important, right? And she said, basically, I don't like a piece of marketing. The marketing tells you what a film is. No. The marketing is just an advert. It's just a poster. And if it was a bad poster, I may agree with her. So I said, okay then, tell me what you actually don't like about the poster. She said, it's not male-gazing. I repeat, Mechard Random, and I think that's her name, right? Mechard Random, who's done very well for herself. Well done, Miss Random. I do respect success in any shape or form, but you said to me you don't like the poster because it's not male-gazing. Now, Margot Robbie said that Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie was too male-gazing. When she first said that, I was very, very triggered by that, and I thought she was doing a Brie Larson, but then I did a video about it as well. So I apologise for my response then, because I thought about her comments, right? I thought about Margot's comments, and I watched the film, and it is very, very, very porn star, and it's I'm a bad, sexy girl. When she's bending over to get changed and all that, it's pretty sexualized, and she's right. Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad movie. And as a man, I'm a man, I'm a straight male, I liked it. But there are places to see things like that, and I don't want to go any further than that. So Harley Quinn was too male-gazing in the Suicide Squad. So the change is very dramatic. She looks very different. The hair's different. The way she's dressed is different. It's not bad. It's just different. And when you get used to it, it will be cool. But to criticise a poster, Mechard Random, because Harley Quinn isn't male-gazing, is absolutely disgusting. Now, this is me, a straight male, who absolutely loved what I saw it as a man, but it was wrong. Ignore the phone. Again, I've got this phone in here, and why do I do it? Anyway, we're going to ignore the phone. So, just to finish off this discussion, I love this poster. I think it's a really good poster. It's bright. But I'm sorry, I can't think that deeply about a bloody poster. And I don't care how big the echo chamber of Twitter is. I will never judge a film before I've seen it on the bloody poster. We've seen some great posters for bad movies, haven't we? It doesn't tell you anything. But of course, it was a slow news day. They needed some fake outrage to do a video so they could get some comments where people pay them to read their comments out. And it worked. But let's look at the people. Let's look at the people with the agenda who are talking about this. Right-wingers and people, Snyder fans, who are always putting the new films up against Snyder's films. I love Zack Snyder. I love MOS and I love BVS. I've got the trailers on behind me. I have them on every day. I love those films. But no way am I going to take my beloved DC and throw it under the bus because I love and support Zack Snyder, because I want to see the Snyder Cut. And I do. But I love DC more than I love Zack Snyder. And I'm sorry if that upsets you and if that offends you. Right. Let's talk about something a little bit more positive. Let's talk about the Flash movie and Ezra Miller. Now, originally, the Flash movie was going to be a Flashpoint movie. This is what Ezra Miller wanted. It was going to be a really, really dark movie. And again, the outrage culture started. You can't have Flashpoint for the first Flash movie. I've heard the story that him and the comic book writer went off to do was Flashpoint. And it's actually being adapted by Miss Hodgson. So, very, very interesting rumour that I'm hearing. Pinch of salt as usual. Of course, that hides a multitude of sins, as I said yesterday. But we need to discuss this. What do I think if it is a Flashpoint movie? Well, for it to be a good Flashpoint movie, and because we've never seen in the DCEU the origin story of the Flash, we're going to have to see that. But of course, at the beginning of the film, you could watch the Reverse Flash killing Barry's mother, and then everything can play out as Flashpoint. It can all be done very, very well. Now, a lot of people are going to say, but is the mainstream audience going to want to see evil Wonder Woman, evil Gal Gadot, evil Jason Momoa? Of course, it's awesome. And by the end of the film, when things are set straight, you can see them as they are. It's fine. It will be very epic and very awesome. This was Snyder's original plan, and Ezra Miller signed off on it. Because Ezra Miller has got a lot of respect around Warner Brothers, and there's certainly with Zack Snyder as well. So that was the original plan, and apparently him and the comic book writer did go off, and that was the story they did, and the Warner Brothers said, right, we need this adapted. So Miss Hodgson, who's obviously written Birds of Prey and is doing Batgirl as well, and he's doing the Flash movie, is adapting that story. Well, apparently she's adapting that story. I think it would be absolutely awesome if the first Flash movie was Flashpoint, mixed in with an origin story. Because what's Flashpoint about? Barry tries to change the past because of his mum's death. So if you do the origin of his mother's death and his father being, set up for this murder, well, not set up. That's the only way. That's the only feasible way the police think. The police think that Barry Allen's father killed his wife. And, of course, Barry Allen is obsessed. And what's really good about that, in a way, that we've already seen Barry's obsession to prove his dad's innocence in the Justice League movie. One of the few actually good things that made sense, and I felt a very emotional time from the dynamic between Barry and his dad. Two very short scenes, but they worked for me. So if it is going to be a Flashpoint movie, I would be very, very excited. And we're going to hear things very, very quickly. But of course, the outrage culture, no, it can't be Flashpoint. Sit back down, as usual, calm down, because we have the right people making this movie, and it's very, very exciting. We have the right people pushing forward for these movies. Now, I'm sorry to Zack Snyder, who should still be here. He should still be making DCEU films, but he's not. And that is the way of the world. That is the way of this industry. And if you don't like it, as I've said earlier, it's tough luck. But putting these brand new movies like Aquaman and Shazam and Joker movie against the original DCEU movies, the DCEU movies of Zack Snyder and his plan, isn't going to work. So you can carry on. You can carry on with your agenda, and I've seen it. I've seen a lot of people that I respect doing it, and I'm losing respect for you. It's boring me. I, for one, am really excited for the future of the DC world of movies. I want you to come along for the ride. What am I saying? Let me start again. I want you people to come along for the ride. There's excitement. We've got J.J. Abrams at Warner Brothers, and the right-wingers are even going to try and spoil that for us, trying to say he doesn't stick it out, he's not good at what he does. He is good at what he does. He created Lost. He created Alias, two of the best television shows of all time. Alias, a female-led spy drama at a time when doing female leads wasn't fashionable. And, you know, Sydney Bristow was a fabulous character, a fabulous personality, and fabulous qualities. It worked. This man can do it. This man can do it. He's at Warner Brothers exclusively now. He won't be going anywhere. He can do a good job. And by the way, I think The Rise of Skywalker, I'm saying it, The Rise of Skywalker is going to be awesome. I think that Chris Terrio and J.J. Abrams are really going to knock it out of the park. So what do you think? What do you think about this Birds of Prey poster? Has it really triggered you that much? Oh, you like me? It's just a poster, man. Chill out. Can't wait for the trailer just to shut you all up. Not all of you. I love you all. You're all entitled to hate this. If you hate this, you're entitled to it. I just don't understand how you can prejudge a work of art on a bloody painting that's been coloured in.